Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Mel. How are
Uh,
you?
Good, good. And hi, Michelle. Nice to see you all here. Michelle's note taker.
Oh, I think it's an
Okay.
AI.
It looks like it, yeah. Well, that's interesting. But I'm not Michelle. Which is good. I don't know. It's all good. How's everything going? Have you gotten responses for your survey?
Yeah, I've got a couple. I'd love to share it out at just a minute today if I could again. But yeah, starting to roll in slowly.
Oh, good, good. I'm glad
Yeah.
to hear that. Yay.
Hi there. I don't know if we've met. I'm Allie. I work for Cirque.
Hi, Ellie. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
What brings you here? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I've been to like maybe only one of these meetings before, unfortunately. I work in hydroponics based out of Seward.
Oh,
I work in a 40-foot NFT system. And then
okay.
I also have two beta buckets here in Seward where I grow
Okay.
vine crops. And then I also travel to the communities of Port Graham and Nanwalek and work with people in those communities to grow food hydroponically as well. Also in an NFT system, like a cabinet, and then
Okay.
two beta buckets in each community. So each community has NFT cabinet and then two beta bucket systems. And I also work with Max Lyons a lot. He teaches
Oh,
me.
good, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
That's
mostly
a
the one who's invited me here. And
okay.
and I've always had things come up, unfortunately. So I want to be more present and,
Oh,
meet more people. But so yeah, thanks for having me.
all right. Well, I'm glad that you are here.
Thanks.
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to take notes, so don't if I'm looking down, that's why. And welcome. I can't tell what your name is from your thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Melissa. Yeah.
Uh,
Hi, everyone. Yeah. Yeah. My name is Magdi Sayed. My name is Magdi Sayed.
okay. Ha,
Yeah.
got you.
Magdi. You can say Magdi only. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, all right. And how are you, where are you located, Mikati?
Yeah. I'm working here in Fairbanks as assistant professor of weed science
Oh,
at
okay. Who are you with? Just say that again.
University of Alaska.
Yep, yep. But who are you working with? Or are you just a
A-
professor?
a- Agriculture Institute.
Oh,
Uh,
fantastic. Okay.
yeah.
Well, we'll do a little introduction of everybody so you'll get to
Yes.
see everybody and I'm glad
Okay.
you are here. Thanks
Thank you.
thanks for joining.
Thank you.
And hi Becca. Yay. You're here.
Hi.
Cool. We'll give everybody just a few more minutes, but yeah, I'm here in Fairbanks too, and
Also,
yeah, I'm at this Fairbanks Soil and Water Conservation District. And if you ever want to come and see our hydroponics that we've got going, and you're more than welcome to come down to our office. We're out on University.
good.
So we're doing a lot of interesting stuff. You may be interested in some of the projects we have going. We're going to be doing,
I I should come. I should
yeah,
come to visit
yeah.
your place. Yeah. And the system
Um,
of hydroponics.
Yeah, I would let me here, I'll put in the I gotta make this bigger. Um, I'll put in the chat. You can have my phone number and give me a call and we can set up a time for you to
Yes,
come down.
yes,
Um,
please.
all right. Yeah, and we're just on University right next to the Oasis. Not too far from it anyway. But yeah, there you go. We'll give just a few more just a minute or two more and then we'll do a round robin and introduce everybody. How are the plants doing, Becca? I'm curious.
They
Everybody's
are doing great. Yes,
yay.
they are doing, they're doing, we actually had to move them up to the tribe because I am going from King Cove to Sandpoint for the summer, and that's where I'm going to start my next hydroponic system. I'll share that.
Yay.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Cool. I was just curious as how they were doing.
they're
So,
doing. They're. It is amazing how much they grew overnight. It was, yeah. To me, it's just amazing how fast they grow. It's just
well, it's
like
like they
with the
were
light and everything. It's
confined in your grow
yes,
pots, and then you put them in there, and they're like,
yep.
yay.
And even after taking out some of the extra seeds that we had, they even did more. They spreaded more, and it was just it's amazing how fast they grow. It's so fast.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well let's get started here in we'll start up. I'll just introduce myself and then we'll popcorn around and people can introduce themselves and talk about what they're doing. So I'm Mel Sykes. I work at the Fairbanks Soil and Water Conservation District, and we've been doing hydroponics here out of our office with schools and communities or all throughout Alaska since 2017. So we've looked at a lot of different systems and tried new things and tried to make super simple systems that anybody anywhere could put together with stuff from the hardware store or a couple of purchases from Amazon. And so we've really focused on simplified systems out of our office because we have a lot of folks that want to do it without the bells and whistles of having dosers and things that are require a ton of attention. So that we have been working on a lot of um, uh, building models and have lots of instructions on our webpage and happy to share what we do with everybody. So I'm gonna pass along to Melissa and you can explain yourself. And I'm gonna go on mute for just a second.
Great, thanks, Mel. Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Hoyer. I have a small consulting company based in Anchorage called Sport Consulting. Do a lot of work around food systems, work, landscape assessments, and other research projects. And right now, I am working with the the Food Policy Council, excuse me, on doing a large hydroponics research project to understand what kind of hydroponics are being used and grown commercially here in the state and what the interest is around doing organic hydroponic expansion or certification in those operations. So we are slowly getting into this project and we just launched our survey, which I'll share in the chat here. And so if you are growing commercially, Allie, for instance, I'd love it if if you guys would take this survey, or if you know of any other businesses or groups who are doing commercial hydroponics, we would love to hear and understand more about what those systems look like currently.
So excuse me. So are
Yes,
you have own company or something or your
yes,
business? Yeah,
yes, based
which
in Anchorage.
what's the name of your company?
It's called Sport Consulting.
Sport. This is you produce or just consulting?
Just
I mean,
consulting, just research work.
consulting, not for production.
No,
Mm,
I
mm,
am helping understand the hydroponics capacity and what that scene looks like in Alaska currently
mm.
and where that interest might be expanding to. But I am not a hydroponics grower. I have a very small personal
Yes.
little
Thank
setup,
you.
but not commercially.
Thank you.
I see the work that you're doing is so valuable for us to have lists of what's going on around the state so people can have people to contact about and getting ideas. Like one of the things that we did was we had some young men who wanted to start a hydroponic farm and we set them up with a mentor for a large commercial growing operation in Anchorage, and that helped them to be successful. And I think that's part of what you're going to be doing is allowing us to have that, oh, what's going on around the state and be able to reach those folks and make connections. And I think that's super important. And I appreciate the work that you're trying to do, Melissa. It's great.
Oh, thanks, Mel. And I'll just add on to that. We are going to have a workshop, probably hybrid model later this year, likely in August, but it might be before then, looking at potentially some growers in the state and possibly one of the only certified fully hydroponic growers in the country might be able to present at that too, to talk more about what that looks like and what those opportunities are within the USDA regulations around that work.
Can you inform us about this and
Absolutely, yeah. We
yeah,
haven't finalized the date yet, but I will certainly share it here. And then if you follow the Alaska Food Policy Council, I'll drop their information into. They will
yes.
email out all of that information as well.
And how we can know about this? I mean the time and the agenda. So from which source? I mean, how we can receive this information about this event?
Yeah, so I think Mel will share it here too. I'll share it with this group, and then the
Yes,
Alaska Food Policy Council, which is a statewide
yes,
organization,
yes.
who is the one leading this work. They will send out. They have a newsletter that goes out every month, but they also send out other updates in between those times, and they'll announce as soon as the dates are finalized for this workshop.
Thank you.
Magadi, have you joined the listserv to get the information?
Me?
Yeah, because we
Yeah,
have is that
yeah,
how you found out about the meeting?
I received your message. Yeah. So
Sweet. Okay,
yeah.
then
So
we'll send it
that,
out on that one.
yeah, so that's why I am here. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you so much for kind invitation. So I
uh,
joined, yeah, by
perfect,
the link. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah,
perfect.
thank you.
Okay. Um, m- do you want to talk next about what you're doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Uh, I am Magdi Sayed. I'm a research assistant to professor of wheat science. Uh, I am here as work with also with a producer, and I'm working for research. I'm doing research and work with for research community. I mean, work for producer in Delta Junction, especially for green crops. But I am interested in hydroponic because I did some research work in hydroponic someday in previously, and I had project with France, yeah, more than 10 years ago in hydroponics. So we're using hydroponic to grow our model crop. So I'm interested in this in hydroponic system and how it works and which type, because there are many type of hydroponic and aquaponic, and now not only hydroponic, there are also different systems, and so there is a renewable system with hydroponic, so aquaponic or hydroponic, or so I am eager to know which system you are working, and yeah, to know more about this and about these systems. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for being here. And maybe we can share a few things with you
Yeah,
for sure.
thank you so much, Melissa.
You are very welcome. Allie, would you like to go next?
Sure. Thanks again for having me. My name is Allie Toloff. I'm based out of Seward, Alaska. I also grew up here in Seward. I'm a tribal member at Quatuchek Native Tribe, and I work for an organization called Chugach Regional Resources Commission, which helps support the 7 Native tribes within the Chugach region. And in the way that my position helps support is through growing food, mostly hydroponically, but also a little bit of in-soil farming, mostly hydroponically. But our largest system is here in Seward. It's a containerized growing system within like a Connex shipping container. It's 40 feet long, and we can produce up to 700 leafy greens, lettuces, herbs a week. And right now, those leafy greens have been going to tribal members, but we're also going to start this summer selling to restaurants here locally in Seward, and then hopefully over the winter start to sell to other community members so we can be fully sustainable. We also have 2 Beta Bucket hydroponic systems. I'm actually right next to them. I could kind of show you. There's my tomatoes, if you can see that. And then on the other side, we have 2 squash and a cucumber. So yeah, those are new. We just got the vine crops in December, but I've been working with the leafy greens and the Connex for about a year and a half. And then also we have a small hydroponic NFT cabinet at our elementary school here in Seward, and I get to go a couple times a week to work with students, showing them how to grow food hydroponically, why it's important. Yeah, and then also I have a few employees. I have one based out of Nanwalek and another one based out of Port Graham. If you don't know those communities, they're pretty small and they're off the road system. So it's been a really big deal for them to be able to grow their own food and they're loving it. And so they also have a hydroponic cabinet, NFT cabinet, and then they have 2 of these Beta Bucket systems that I just showed you in each community. So I kind of work with them, teaching them how to do hydroponics. And then I also work a lot with Max Lyons and Joe Kewen from Kodiak Archipelago Leadership Institute. We're working on a 3-year grant together where they're contracted to come over to the Chugach and teach me what they're doing with Alutiiq Grown. If anyone's familiar with that, with them and all the cool stuff they're doing, they've got a really cool network around Kodiak Island where a lot of people are growing in soil and growing hydroponically. And those 2 guys are just the best and they're so smart and they've been teaching me everything I know. So props to them. But yeah, I think that's about everything that I have.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks, Allie.
Thank you.
And I saved Rebecca for last, so she can go right into her presentation about what she's doing. Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is all new to me. Hydroponic is all new to me, but thanks to Mel and Scott and Kiana for introducing me to Mel and Scott and getting us to build a hydroponic in our community in King Cove. I live out on the Aleutian Chain, and my job is to work with elder services. I support elders. We have 1 barge a month, and that brings in our food, our fresh stuff. And I have always wanted to do the hydroponic, and thankfully, with the help of Mel and Scott, I was able to build one with the elders in our community. What do I want to say? They gave us a knowledge to not go with a commercial hydroponic, which made sense because in a small community where I live, I don't know if you guys, getting planes in and out of there and parts for a commercial hydroponic would be months before we would get it. So building this one was amazing. It was fun. And I'm thankful that Mel and Scott put up with the computers being upside down, elders talking over their demonstration. But we were able to build one. We started off with our seedlings, and we started with 6 seedlings. We had romaine lettuce, red lettuce, baby spinach, cilantro, Bailey, and another herb. So we did herbs and green leaves. I don't have pictures because my internet was not, for some reason, not emailing the pictures. I wish I did, but once I do get internet, I will share with the group if you don't mind emails, but I will be sharing them with the group on how far they've come. It's exciting. Like, I have always been scared of hydroponic because of the measuring the water and everything, but building this was so easy. Mel and Scott made this amazing easy using a fish pump and PEX for building the light, for holding the light fixtures, and just a tote and the nutritions that go with the seedlings and the hydroponic system. It was very simple, very easy. I'm also going to be going to another community from King Cove. It's about a 20-minute plane ride, and it's to Sandpoint, Alaska. And I am going to be building a bucket hydroponic. I don't know. It's a pile. It's a tower, and we are going to do strawberries. And we're going to start that with the elders. So that is what I am working on, is just to get the fresh stuff to the elders within the community. Once they get grown and able to pluck, the lettuce and everything will be going to the elders in my community. The strawberries that we do in Sandpoint will be going to the elders in my community because they cannot make it to the stores to purchase their fresh stuff. And so they are all included in the build, in the process of watching everything grow, the measurements, having them involved with every part of the hydroponic. They are involved. And that is something that is, it keeps them involved and keeps them going. Because my job is to get them out of isolation, and this helps with keeping them involved with stuff in the community. I hope this is I don't know what else more I could share. It's just that we're excited to do this. It's a definitely a good project, and I'm excited to work further along with Mel and Scott. You two are amazing.
Well,
So
again,
thank you.
the whole goal for us is make it as easy on you or anybody who wants to do it, so it's not scary. And that
No,
can be a bit of a step to come over. And we at Soil and Water have done this for a number of communities. It's just that either through Zoom or actually going. Like last week, I went down to Tyonek and I helped them with their system. They have a big shelf system with sleds, and then the it has platforms, and the same as the system you built, where it has a foam and the plants sit in the foam, and the roots are suspended in the water, similar to your buckets that you guys have, Allie. And it's it was great helping her because she reached a point where with our directions, she was a little scared of it working right. So I went down, I was able to go down and get it set up. And there was a few things she has to fix after I left, but they'll be growing starting next summer. We'll go back down and get them going with the kids and have the kids involved. And it's that is your story, Becca, is exactly what we hope to have in many communities throughout Alaska.
I do have
So,
to say, I shared it with the tribe because now the tribe took over the hydroponic system because I'm out of King Cove, and they are super excited. I'm like, this is a door. It's an open doors for them to see that, hey, you guys can actually do this too. It's easy. There's no measurement. The president was like, I don't have a green thumb. I was like, you don't need a green thumb. It is so simple to work with the people that I work with you guys. It's just the measurement and watching. I mean, and being able to pluck off the lettuce. It's like, we will deliver it to the elders. I'm like, that's all I want. And I'm sure that
yay.
once they see how easy this is, they will be taking over.
Yeah, and like the system I was working on in Tyonek is like the larger version of what you had. So yours was in the storage bin, and theirs was in the same sleds you use behind snow machines, snow goes, and it's just a little bit more capacity for growing more in the same fashion in the deep water culture, which is great. And yeah, there's so many different systems out there, but the simpler you can get it, the more success I think there will be, is my feeling about it. And one of the other goals we had with what we were doing was some of the stuff like the cabinets you have, Ali, are probably from the
VH.
yeah, and now a lot of the stuff on there, it was proprietary parts that
Yeah.
it's really hard to get them because you have to go through a certain company and all of that stuff. So making it simplified
Yeah.
sometimes is better, but
We use
not that
Crop
they're
King a
terrible,
lot.
but yeah. What do you use?
Crop King?
Okay.
Do you know Crop King? Yeah.
Hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, if there's anything that we ever can do to help you, or if you want to reach out to anybody else here and get, help them out, I think this is a great network, and that's the whole idea of this group. So, um, oh, all right.
Like
Any,
I just want to say I worked with Kiana and Marissa to get the information to see what communities wanted these hydroponics out in the Aleutians back. I'm so excited to see them actually going in and that the stuff is being built in these like the end part of this project. It's just really exciting that you're putting it all together and that it's like happening. It's very
I'm
cool.
just thankful for this group. Like it was something big that I've always wanted to try, but never had. I was always afraid to, just because of math and me. Plants are not good. But it was so simple, and you guys made it just so simple. That's all I can say. And I'm so thankful.
yeah, I know, there are examples of that very style that we have used in a large scale. If you go to Anchorage at Anchorage Greens and Juneau Greens, they both use the same principle. It's deep water culture. It's a little bit more complicated system because of the size that they have, but it's basically the same principle. And they're growing huge amounts of food in warehouses. And down in Juneau, they expanded because they were so successful. I just would love to see more of this happening around, to be able to provide more and more fresh produce that isn't reliant on necessarily the transportation system. And that keeps a lot of it back. So the more we can do with this, the happier. I would love to see this happen. So more food security,
I would
yes.
definitely love to connect you guys to the school district in King Cove, Sandpoint, to get this more and more involved with the school and the students. Right now, it's just the elders. My biggest thing was to get this to the elders, and so they could get their fresh stuff. And it's amazing. It's
Well,
just amazing.
when I was in Tyonek last week, all the kids there grew plants for their community garden, which runs through the summer. And then they're going to be involved in their hydroponic system throughout the year. And they might be a really good partner to connect with the school in Sandpoint with the school in Tyonek, and sort of co co-produce food together. I think it would be kind of neat to figure out a way of that's
Yeah,
always good for kids to make those connections to other communities. If you want, I'll send you that info of who to talk to down there.
that would be great. Yes, that would be great because I am actually going to visit with the superintendent of the district, and that would be amazing to include. So, yes, thanks.
Well, and Rebecca, I'll put this in there because one of my hats here is I'm the agriculture in the classroom coordinator for the state, and we put together a whole list of lesson plans for schools to use to going along with hydroponics. So any of you who want that, it's available on our website. I will put the link in the chat, and you have it. Give me a sec. If
I
you
would
guys
love to
want.
see that too, as well,
Yeah,
please.
it was something we developed with a grant many years ago, and it was collaborative with a whole bunch of different groups around the state. And so we've been trying to keep it up, but the lessons are all geared with state standards. Teachers can use them straight out of the box.
That's awesome.
I'm getting a link. Hold on. And it's also it's a full not just growing hydroponically, but also just growing in a classroom in soil as well. So just ways to teach kids about growing and growing plants. Um, but I'd love the more people who can use it, it just makes me happy. I know the folks down in Tyrone use the curriculum quite a bit when they were working with their kids. So, um, and we're always trying to improve it. So if people have suggestions of things that are missing, just let me know. But we can have it. We still have quite a bit of time. If anybody has things they want to talk about or discuss, this is the time.
How do you know with the hydroponic system that we have, like, I was talking to one of the teachers that does the commercial hydroponic, and there's like measuring the pH and everything. But with the built-in ones, we didn't discuss that part. I didn't know if there was something that I was missing, or
In
do we have to
in the
worry about
directions we sent, I think, and I can send you this, it's basically there's some information I know it's in the tower instructions, like things to
it? Okay.
watch for with your plants. Like if you get yellow around the edges, you might have your fertilizer isn't correct, so fixing a little bit. If you get spots, it's because of chlorine. And the better way to do that, any water that you add, make sure it sits with a bubbler for a little while and you're blowing off the chlorine, because chlorine makes, that's like the most common one, is if you're using like city water, it's always got chlorine in it, and you can smell it, and leaving it or even accelerating the blowing off of the chlorine in there by adding a air pump really makes a difference in how the plants grow. But
Okay.
other than that, taking the pH isn't going to really tell you anything,
Okay.
because if you're using tap water, it can't be too low on the pH scale or too high on the pH scale for it to be considered good drinking water. They don't typically allow that if it's coming out of your sink. So if you can drink it, it's usually pretty good for plants. Um, except if
We've
you've
been
got
using
high
fresh water.
chlorine. Yeah, if you've got high chlorine, you never want to go out to a pond or something and get water out of that, because you're going to add in all the weird biotic stuff that's coming in there, and you might have Giardia, and you don't want that getting into your plants. So we always recommend using as some kind of drinking water or fresh water as possible, but
Yep.
not out of a stream. So that's one thing.
Okay.
So someone said to me, "Oh, just go get it out of the pond next door." And I'm like, "Oh, you're adding a huge level of, you don't know what you're putting in there." And um, the plants will tell you if there's something wrong
Okay.
with the water. And if they start shriveling, that means that, it's either something's wrong with either your fertilizer, or there's things are just a little bit.
No, they are
And
beautifully green and sprouting, so I think we're doing okay. I just wanted to make
good.
sure.
Oh, no, it's a total valid question to ask. So, yep. It's it's tricky because we have like the difference between in Fairbanks, some of the water sources, like downtown water, is got a high level of chlorine in it. And I saw spots at one of the schools we were working with because they didn't blow off the water long enough, or they didn't let it sit there. They just added it straight from the tap. And that does make a difference in how your plants grow. So, and at my house, I have a well, but I I run it through a water softener, which puts a little bit of extra salt in it, and it does change it slightly, but they're still my plants that are not growing hydroponically. Still, I can see a little bit of effect of that salt in there, but it's not enough to make it be a huge problem. Scott and I have this discussion all the time about whether we should have kids taking the pH of the water and making sure it's all good. And his theory was that's just another step, that if you're watching the plants will tell you if something's off. And sometimes you just need to switch the water and start again if it's really, really bad.
Okay.
So, and the cool part about a smaller system is it's easy to do that. Just pull plants out, exchange the water, start it like you'd start the whole system at the beginning. Does that help?
So yes, it does. So once we start plucking off our lettuce leaves on the outside, and
Mhm.
could the inner part still stay in the hydroponic and still produce more lettuce, or is okay?
Yeah.
That was one of the
Yep.
questions the tribe was asking me. I'm like, I will ask.
Yeah. So with lettuce, you pick from the
Okay, so that's
outside in. With herbs, you pick
yep,
from you pick you
yep.
pick from the top, and then it'll bunch out at the bottom. Like uh basil, for example, pinching that center leaf will make it grow much bigger and much more leaves.
Okay,
If you keep taking the outside leaves, it will go in a straight line and create this big long stalk. and you don't want that. You want bushy and you want more leaves. So, and most of the
Yeah.
herbs are like that. So that's our rule of thumb when it comes to that.
Okay.
Any other questions or things you want to talk about?
I just want to do another push for Allie to take our survey.
Okay.
All the growing going on.
I'll take your survey. I opened it on my
Oh, thank you.
desktop,
Great.
so I'll take it after this. I just, I'll take it
Great.
after.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Allie.
I'm excited for AK Food Policy Conference in Fairbanks this year. I bet you guys are excited for that too. Don't have to go far.
Yay. I've been buying. I was here once in 2017 and I was one of the program the conference chairs, and it's nice to be part of it but not be chair. I like that part.
Nice.
You get to be part. But yeah, it wouldn't be really neat if we had a lot of good presentations on hydroponics. Are you going to come up, Allie?
Yeah. And hopefully I'm gonna bring some of my team from Port Graham and Nanwalek so they can
That'd be
meet some
great.
other people like you guys, get inspired, maybe even hop on the next meeting.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'd love to have him here. The portal for presentation submissions is going to open up it fairly soon, and
Okay.
we'll be advertising that. So that will be sign up.
Hmm.
And I think, yeah, that would be fantastic. Um, okay. Well, we're scheduled next month for the meeting on, I don't know if I will be there. It's the third Wednesday of the month. If I can't find someone to run the meeting, we might have to pause it and wait until July. But I'll just give you a heads up on that because next month I have a whole bunch of things going on in June. I've got garden projects and going to Galena to put in some garden beds there and a bunch of projects. So we'll hopefully we will be able to do something. If not, keep an eye out and I'll send out meeting minutes and keep an eye on the on your email for information about the next meeting.
Woohoo.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming.
Thank
And I
you
Thank
so
you.
much.
hope you all
Thank
have a
you.
great
Thank
rest
you.
of you're very welcome.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. Okay.
Have a good
Thank you
day.
so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh,
Again.
you're welcome, Becca. And give me a holler if you have more
Oh yeah,
questions.
I'm
I'm
gonna be giving you
always
a holler.
I'm here. No problem.
Thank you.
All right.
You have a
Bye.
great month.